sure that the notification went out. We should be live. We should be going. We should be up. Are we? I think. Doopy doopy doo 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 doo. Hey Ozzy. Ozzy. Yeah, we're live. All right. We are so live and so local. Alright. Live and talking Dwarf Fortress. Helps if I can spell Fortress. And D&D. And DM prep for my game this evening. All right, let's hang out. What's up, y'all? All right, so this evening my group is about to do an infiltration. They are going into the manor of to the mansion of the noble family of their main enemy. Their main enemy, it turns out to be a warlock of Orcus, and they are concerned that her family may be in on it or whatever. So I want to be prepared for that first of all. There was a house that I wanted to use. Did I save it already? Let's see. Locations. I don't think that I did. Let's go ahead and just expand that out further. Yeah. Alright. Stream health. What's going on? Okay, we're good now. Alright. Okay. Come here, Ozzy. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come on. Come here. Come here. Come up here. It's okay. Come. Oh, okay. All right. He's shy. My little doggo. Go get your dragon. Okay. Where were we? Yes. There was a mansion here that I wanted to use. There was a particular manse from Dyson Logos who does fantastic stuff. And while you can, of course, just use... This is not the one. This is the one. You can, of course, just use mansion floor plans, as he points out. But most mansion floor plans in real life don't have a dungeon underneath them. I mean, maybe they do. I don't know. But they're usually on the floor plans. Ozzy, hey, leave that alone. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come up here. Come up here. You don't want to say hi on the camera? Come on, puppy. I hear you back there. All right. Okay. Well, all right. So I want to use this. The first thing I'm going to do, this game doesn't take place in a virtual tabletop or anything. It's just video chat. Hey, there's no food in there. That's right. Okay, he's going to go hang out with my son, I think. All right. Most mansions in real life don't have dungeons. This one does. This group does not use a virtual tabletop, so I am okay just to use Redga's family manse. We're going to come in here. Just drop that in as it is. Uploading, processing, upload. Okay, good. Now that means that later, when I'm in the game, I'll have to go look it up again. It's right here. Alright. So here's the thing. The house there, I have to find I don't remember what the name of the family is, but it doesn't matter right now. Because what does matter is what's going to go in. I'm not going to populate it room by room. This is a guide for me. We just play via video chat. We've got folks in D.C. and Ohio and Oregon and Texas. I'm in Texas, as you could probably tell. And so what we're going to do is just kind of have a sense. I believe they want to do a second story job. So I'm going to note that there are a number of windows. They are in a Dwarven city underground. Windows as indicated in the plan. The thing is that because she serves Orcus, their villain, and what I want to do is I want to give her an empathetic, a reason that we can understand why she's kind of obsessed with undead. And what I think, I've been thinking about this a lot. What I think is that the villain sees undeath as a form of immortality. They're not really dead, they're still alive after a fashion. And I think that the reason that she's like this is that she had a sibling who died when she was young. Something that everybody can be sympathetic with. And so, in the second floor, there is a bedroom preserved as if for a little girl. The dust and cobwebs, however, indicate that this room is untouched for many years. Clue about dead sibling. There is also a portrait of a young Ridga. She is the villain. And a younger girl. Now, I don't know if they will pick up on this clue. Let me see if my dog is in here. I don't know if they'll pick up on this clue. So, if the players don't pick up on this, a house servant could be interrogated. So I need a name for the house servant. I don't really need anything else. I can figure that part out as I go, because I don't know what they're really going to do. But it is good to have dwarven names available, non-human names. Dwarf. Let's get out the dice. Can't do DM prep without dice. Odds are male, evens are female. Evens are female, 93 is going to be Vonana. If they choose to do that. Probably what I'll do is assuming that something happens, that either she wanders by or she hears them or whatever, if they're not stealthy enough. What else is up here? What else makes sense to be up here? Oh, I know what I need. What I need is, I got on DM's Guild a personality thing for nobles. It was like a sort of like the tables that are in the DMG, but it was with new, it wasn't using the same text in the tables, right? They're not just reproducing what's in the DMG. They were, and of course now that I need it, of course I can't find it. Looking for it in my Google Drive and not immediately seeing it here. This is exciting and fun. Okay, well, I'll come back to that later. There's one other place it could reasonably be, and that's going to be Yes, creating vivid PCs for courtly intrigue. I believe that is the one. Yes, it is. I'm good. Okay, I did find it. Yay. It's this one by Ryan Chaddock. And the idea here, it's too small to read. Expansion alternatives, those in Chapter 4 of the Dungeon Master's Guide. So if I need another noble, I can roll for their appearance, high and low abilities, because usually you don't need the whole stat block for them. You just kind of need to know, are they highly charismatic and yet very unwise, or perhaps they're very strong, making them confident and assertive, but have a low constitution, and maybe you're very... I don't know that I would use these same adjectives, but they really just get me started. Different talents they could have. Mannerisms are important. Mannerisms are super important. Interaction traits, and some of these are as much for inspiration as anything. What? Doggy? Ozzy, you're so sneaky. My dog. Little terrier. Okay. Useful knowledge. Super good. Yes, I'm streaming. What's up?
Ozzy chewed your Chewbacca.
It's okay.
Chew.
Yes, he did. Oh, can you pick up the other piece? Can you keep him out so he doesn't chew on more toys and accidentally choke? That's the main thing I don't want. Apparently I had a toy that fell on the toy. A Star Wars Mini. That fell. It's not good that he chews on that because I don't want him to choke. It's just a mini that I never use, so I'm not really worried about it. But I don't want my dog to choke, so that's unfortunate. Okay. Alright, so I've got these tables. That's what I wanted. That's what I need. In the house currently is Ridga's, let's say, cousin. Another name, right? Character name. So again, we're going to do the same thing. Let's see. Odds and evens. Odds for male. Even 6 is a female. So her cousin's name is 79, which is Thodris. Okay. I will set up another card in Trello for her. What should she be like? Let's see. NPCs, Thodris. Alright. So now we're going to roll on these tables. What do I care about the most? I don't necessarily need to roll on everything. Appearance. 19. Visibly affected by magic. Oh, what does that mean? Visibly affected by magic. Maybe she has some unusual kind of rune inscribed into her face. That's why she doesn't go out. Or maybe I'm thinking about like a character from Tomb of Annihilation, where half of her face is wizened and old and half of her face is young and attractive. That could be. High ability, strength, assertive, bold, confident. I don't know if I would use that, but maybe. And low ability is Constitution, distracted, defeated, unhinged. She's strong, but has a low constitution. I need to think about what that means. But we can just go with unhinged. That will work just fine. Confident, but unhinged. I think that works, actually. Right? It's a little bit crazy. Maybe something's happening with her hair. Animated by magic or something. What's her talent? Her talent is court dancing. That's not gonna work out well. So instead, what I'm gonna do is pull up my actual sheet for this stuff. NPC generator. Here we go. NPC generator that it's the same theme, it's the actual tables from the DMG in a private spreadsheet. Right? By the way, in this case, strong means powerful, brawny, strong as an ox, low constitution is sickly and pale. So that's what I'm going to put for her, low constitution, sickly and pale. Her talent, skilled actor and master of disguise. Knows thieves can't. Now that would be interesting. Why does she know thieves can't? I don't know. But one of my characters likes to use it. One of my players, rather. And so if they use it in front of her, maybe that will be a thing that happens. That will be fun. Alright. What else about this person? Mannerisms. Smoking. Well, that's interesting. Smoking. What do dwarves smoke? A pipe, I guess? Right? See, I guarantee that at least one of my players is going to turn this into a marijuana reference. I know them. That's a thing. It's going to happen. Be alright. Interaction traits. What are her traits for how she talks to people? 11, manipulative. Now that's interesting. What does she want to manipulate them for? That's the question. What's her goal here? Useful knowledge. Which guards sleep on the job? Not useful in this case. Let's try again. 14. Places at court that can't be spied upon. How about, let's just pick one of these. None of these are really that useful for what I need here. I just need to figure out what she knows. What secrets... So here's the thing. Because I kind of use more or less Sly Flourish's lazy dungeon master prep, I'm just going to have that she has secrets and clues. So I need to figure out what they are looking for, and she's going to has the knowledge the characters seek. And they will just have to work with her. But starts. So, disposition, her social disposition, her social, for the social interaction. Let that pull up. Oh, there it is. Starting attitude. That's right. Starting attitude. Attitude. Initial attitude. Hostile. Has the knowledge of the character seek. So whatever they're trying to find, she's gonna know it all. Her ideals. So the question is, what's her alignment? Neutral, neutral? That makes sense. She's neutral. Alright. Self-determination. Okay. That's good. That's real good. Because that means that she will be inclined to work with them once they can kind of figure out, everybody making their own choices, if they can figure that out and understand, because she's probably going to be defensive of her cousin. And if they can appeal to that, they will more likely appeal to her better nature and change her attitude or what have you. Okay. Her bond. Acquiring power for her noble house. Well, yes. That works perfectly. Oops. Okay. And then finally, flaws and secrets. Well, there's all kinds of those things here. Let's see if there's anything here that grabs us when we roll randomly. Secretly, the Lord's clothes. Oh, that's perfect. Secretly, Ridga's flaw. Secretly, no, the Duchess. She's still close to the Duchess. Which means that even though she wants to acquire power for her own house and defend her cousin, secretly she's still allied with the Duchess, who was the player's erstwhile patron. She's kind of the lord or the lady, rather, of this whole region. Okay, that's going to be good. Anything else here? Am I missing anything? Nope. Alright, enough of that. Save, and now I need an image for her. Dwarven noble female. This is the one I used for the Duchess, actually. This one here. So that's good. Yeah, or actually this one, because I have the background, but it's fine. I like this. Copy image. Drop that on the card here. Alright. Okay. Back into Ridga's family manse. What else do I want? So they're going to want to do some investigation. They're going to want to check for hidden locations and strong boxes, and they're going to want to do something like that. So in the thought I had a description here. Let me look. Upper floor. Where did that go? Has preserved room from a small girl. I'll remember what that is. So it's got toys in it. It's got little clothes, little bed. It's decorated as if it's for a small girl, but it's covered in thick dust and cobwebs. Untouched for a long time. Portrait of young Ridga and siblings, slightly younger. That will give them the clue that she is Thodris. Where did I did lose my notes here. Probably I closed and didn't hit save. Probably what I did. That's fine. Because what I can do is go back to the names. It was Vonana. Walking around can clue them in if interrogated. Thodris is downstairs with several guards. So now what kind of guards will I have? Let's see, they need to be humanoids. I have 5 level 7 characters. They're probably not going to get in a fight. But if they do, well, I want to be prepared. Anything good here jump out at me? Gladiator, perfect. link so that I have that if I need to. I thought I hit save. There we go. Okay. That way, if there is a fight, I'm going to get to the dungeon piece here in a minute. That's really important to me. To get to down here, because I have an idea of what I want down there. There is an office with papers in a lockbox. DC 20 to open. And a metal lockbox, so they don't just try to chop it open with an axe. One of them has a battle axe, because I think they're going to have, oh my gosh, it's going to be awesome, a half-orc barbarian going with the gnome rogue to try to do the second story work. I don't know if they're going to stick with that plan, but should they stick with that plan, it will be hilarious. He's not very stealthy. Okay. Alright. We're going to attach Thodris here, so I make sure I've got a link back and forth. Relate both cards. Yes. Okay. In the dungeon, there is a corpse flower behind the secret door. So look, here, there's the secret door. They're going to come down here. It's going to be mostly storage and wine. And the wine cellar, door, and a number of cultists. So the corpse flower is terrible. Corpse flower, let's pull that up here. Come on, D&D Beyond. Why are you so slow? Fine, I know where you are. There it goes. I can just go straight to it. Close that. Don't need that for now. The corpse flower is totally gross. It's from Mordenkainen's, I think. Yeah, the new Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes. Looks like this. Isn't that delicious? Let's see what it says. Can sprout atop the grave of an evil necromancer or the remains of powerful undead, grows to enormous size over several weeks, then tears itself free of the earth and begins scavenging humanoid corpses. Using its fibrous tentacles, it stuffs the remains into its body and feeds on carrion to repair itself. Exudes a stench of decay that overwhelmed the senses of nearby creatures, causing them to be nauseated. Yes, this is what I want. And here. So that is already a pretty good challenge for them. And then it's going to contain 5, I rolled a 2, humanoids. With 5, let me say, corpses inside it. The house staff is largely missing. Yes, perfect. Because that's where the corpses came from. Okay. I think I have enough to improvise here. I've got some secrets upstairs and downstairs. I've got a couple of inhabitants, and that is enough for this location. Where is Ridga is the only open question. I don't want them to run into her yet, so she's wherever I want her to be. But she's not here, that's for sure. They will have to figure out what the corpse flower means themselves. And there are clues as to her motivation. That's enough. They might also go hit the Temple of Lightning, which is a dungeon that I created. Well, I didn't create the map, obviously. That's also from Dice and Logos. But then I created all the... You know, there's some monsters here, and there's some challenges there, and etc. That's good enough for now. Okay. We're good for that. I think this is enough. I'm mostly going to improvise with them. The only other thing that I have, I need to review... So one of the characters is a gnome. He's technically a wizard. He is a professor. And the idea, I believe... So in my world, the dwarves all worship basically the Norse pantheon, which was inspired by one of the players wanting to be a cleric of Thor. Thurgist wandered off to find the Temple of Mimir. He realized that even though he has dedicated himself to learning so much he doesn't know, wants to make a bargain to join the service of Mimir, wants to start multi-classing as a cleric of knowledge domain. Okay, so I need to quickly... So let's do a couple of things. First of all, let's see if anybody's already done Mimir in 5 in D&D. No. The final figure. Well, okay, so this is first of all. Odin carries around Mimir's head and it recites secret knowledge and counsel to him. Okay, so what I want to know is, if I go look at the player's handbook, here we go, Gods of the Multiverse, fantasy, historical, Norse pantheon, Norse deities, here we go. Do we have Mimir in here at all? No. So Mimir is not exactly in the default Norse pantheon here, which is not to say that I can't add him on because it's my world, damn it. But the idea here is that he's not already there, so he can be a neutral good god of knowledge who's aligned with Odin. Because, I mean, my players can be as involved as they want to be in the creation of the world. It's not just me, right? It's collaborative. So if he wants Mimir to be a god of knowledge, then Mimir is a god of knowledge. So I need to create a bargain. So he needs a quest. That's really what he's asking. He's asking for a quest. When he says he wants to make a potential bargain to bind him to Mimir's service in exchange for knowledge. So what I'm going to do is go to Donjon. Love this one. Super handy. Do I have... No, I need to come over here to this random generator. Adventure quests. What would Mimir want them to do? He needs to go retrieve some knowledge, right? He needs to find something. He needs to prove that he can do something. Or he needs to serve Mimir. He needs to do something that Mimir wants, that a god of knowledge would want. So let's look, first of all, actually, at the cleric knowledge domain. Values learning and understanding above all. Some teach that knowledge is to be gathered and shared in libraries and universities, or promote the practical knowledge of craft and invention. Some deities hoard knowledge and keep its secrets to themselves. Some promise their followers they'll gain tremendous power if they unlock the secrets of the multiverse. Followers of these gods study esoteric lore, collect old tomes, delve into the secret places of the earth, and learn all they can. Some gods of knowledge relate to practical knowledge of craft and invention. So I think that this right here gives me plenty of clues into the type of quest that Thurjust will need to go on. Collect old tomes. I believe ancient tomes. Which of these looks interesting? Let's make this big. What's good here? Let me try this again. Nothing's really grabbing me. Oh, here we go. Some of these are really good. This is such a good generator. I love this. You can see here, donjon.bin.sh. I think that the idea is going to be, so I think, because I really want to have them fight a dragon. So I want a different name than this. So I'm going to call it the Eternal Compendium of Mimir. Quests. Recover. Okay, we already did this actually. Discuss review. That's going to be archived. Fine. They already did this as well. And then the idea is it's actually going to be this one. So what kind of dragon is Azumum? I don't know. What kind of dragon name would that be? That's a really good question. We're going to go back up here. Rules, monster manual. We want dragons. It doesn't have to be a bad dragon. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. It's loading so slowly today. There we go. It's got to be a chromatic dragon. Chromatic dragons lust after treasure. This greed colors every scheme and plot. Black dragons are in swamps and crumbling ruins. That could work. I mean, I kind of want a red dragon because what is more classic than a red dragon? Blue dragons, like over deserts and dry steppes. Nah. Isn't there a shadow dragon, or what kind of dragon lives? Green dragons are in forests and whatnot. Red, I mean, what is better than a red dragon? Nothing. Nothing is better than a red dragon. Okay, adult red dragon is 17. That's a little bit much. A young red dragon. That's good. Okay. So now I need Azumum. I'm not spelling that right. What was it? Amzumum. And then we are going to come back here. Young Red Dragon. We're going to go back to Pinterest because I want to put an image there. It's one of the things I like about Trello is dropping those in like that. Young Red Dragon. Perfect. This is just for my own inspiration. When I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, it's much more interesting to me to have my Trello board have images in the cards than not, frankly. All right, I'm set. Thanks for hanging out with me and watching. Catch you next. I'll be doing prep again on Wednesday evening for my Out of the Abyss game if you want to come hang out with me then. Thanks a lot.